friends, it's Shannon.
And Paul.
The
fun opening.
I had to do it different than this. I was
Okay.
like, hi, it's Shannon, and I'm Paul. So,
Yep.
hello, friends.
Hello.
If this is the first video of ours you're ever watching, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hope you stay and realize, yes, we are this lame and funny.
Yep. Yeah, it's just, this is the real deal here.
Yeah.
There's no editing, there's
No editing,
no
scripting.
No scripting, it's just kind of we turn on the camera and go. But I do have some notes today.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they're just a few little like topics to keep us on point so that we don't have you here for an hour and a half.
All right, so today we are going to talk about Disney, and today's topic for Disney, for me, this is going to be for me, and I'm going to let Shannon react to my list, is
Shannon reacts.
Is the 5 things I would not do again if I were going to Disney.
Oh, wow.
2019.
I didn't even know what this topic was going to be about today.
Yeah.
He's setting all the Disney videos, so...
So just to quickly set things up, we went to Disney World as a family vacation in the end of September, very beginning of October, 2019. It was overall a great trip, but there are some things that I would not do again. I didn't want to make a negative video about Disney World and be like, oh, things I hate about it.
No, because we love Disney.
Yeah, we do. But there are just some things that personally I wouldn't do again. And if, maybe this is something that would just kind of give you food for thought if you're going. As I'm going through this, if you agree, you can tell me in the comments if you agree, or if you disagree, let me know. Or if there's a tip in there, or thing that you would not do, leave that.
Interesting. Okay.
All right.
We can all learn from each other.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Number 1.
Number 1, and I'm supposed to react to this? I
Yes.
haven't looked at his notes.
Yeah, all right, number 1.
Okay, number 1. You would not do again.
Make sure you don't look at my notes. Okay. Expect the same level of service or value as before with Disney, previously with Disney.
Huh.
So this is a very personal one to me. This is a very personal one to me. So my experience with Disney, other than like going to a movie as a child, was I remember when the Disney store first opened up in a very, very exclusive, very upscale mall near, well, not even near where I lived, but it was a big deal to go to this mall. It was like, man, we're going to like the rich people mall. And there was a Disney store there. I mean, the store looked fabulous. I mean, they had these big props of Disney people and stuff. And the clothing in there just had this feel to it. Like, it was nice. It was heavy duty. The embroidery was nice. The colors were great. It was like, wow, I'm getting a really good quality piece of clothing here. The price tags justified
it.
Yeah, it reflected it. But that was kind of my first experience with Disney. And then going out to California and going to Disneyland, it was the same kind. It was the same kind of thing. It was like you got some unique. Once you got outside of like the little souvenirs for like little kids, like the little press the button and like the flashlight spins around kind of thing. Like a lot of the souvenirs were very unique. I felt like they were well crafted, well made, made out of good materials. There was a lot of like almost collectible nature kind of things, and the prices were always expensive, but I felt like the quality was good. And I felt like especially the level of service from the cast members was always top-notch. Over the years, my personal opinion is I feel like both of those things have slipped. Now, not being negative here, I understand the realities of the world that we live in, and companies want to make profit, and so they're trying to cut costs where they can. And some things actually are better now quality-wise than they were back then, but it's like I still feel like they could do better. I don't know. Maybe it's just a personal thing for me, but I feel like I just have this picture in my mind ingrained of like what the quality of a Disney experience should be, and lately it just hasn't been measuring up. So it's something where I have to adjust that. If I'm going to enjoy Disney, I kind of have to adjust that Disney is what it is, and I'm going to enjoy it for what it is.
So let me ask you a question,
Go ahead.
because you said things you would not do in Disney again.
Yeah.
But you kind of talked about the Disney store and merchandise. How does that relate to going to Disney?
So here's the funny thing. We ended up going to Disneyland at the end of August and then Disney World at the end of September. So we were like Disneyed. Like
Disney.
One month of Disney, like within
one month to the day.
Yeah, within 1 month
trips.
we ended up in both parks. We ended up buying some collectible items to open on our channel, which those I really enjoyed. And then I bought a couple of shirts. You bought. So this is one thing that I think is a really good positive that Disney's doing. They are doing some collaborations with really good designers. So like Shannon has a couple Dooney and Burke Disney purses,
and Harvey's.
Yeah, which I really think that the quality on those is exceptional. Loungefly's another collaboration. I'm talking about all the purses.
You are.
Clothing wise, I know that they're also collaborating with some designers to make some stuff. They used to have a line called 28th and Main, which I thought was really good. But other than those couple of collectibles that we bought and like those designer inspired things, I bought 2 t-shirts that were just Disney. And we didn't get any other souvenirs. Now at Disney World, you got your popcorn buckets.
Okay, so you're talking about merchandise only. You're not talking about the experience of the park. Is that what you meant to talk about?
No, just
because all you're talking about is merchandise.
So what I'm talking about is sorry. The level
I'm trying to clarify for them and me.
Okay, the level of quality from the merchandise as well as the level of service from the cast members.
Okay, so you haven't talked about that yet.
Okay, sorry.
So
the level
you're throwing the cast members under the bus.
Yeah. Okay. So the cast members, number one, the past couple of trips that we've gone to Disney, honestly, I feel like there have been quite a few cast members where the English language is a bit of a struggle for them. I know that Disney World, especially, is an international destination, and they really try and get people that speak all kinds of different languages there. I have felt like communicating with some of the cast members has been difficult. Some people out there might be saying, I feel like listening to you is kind of difficult. That's up to you. So that's been a little bit of... That's just been a little bit different than what I would expect. As well as some of the cast members have lost their Disney magic, I think.
A lot of the guests have lost their Disney magic.
Yeah. And what's funny is I've gone to different forums and looked around, and I see a lot of cast member experiences, and they mention exactly what you said. They have said that guests have become just more and more demanding, less pleasant, and there's a lot of things that cast members talk about that I don't really want to go into because I don't want to put words in their mouth, but they basically are kind of reiterating what you're saying, that they're kind of reflecting the place they're working in.
Which isn't right, in my opinion, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'll react because we've been on this
topic
for
here we go.
a long time. So
right.
I didn't know if it was just merchandise or if it was service. You kind of feel the whole thing. What was your thing again? Say how you said it.
All right. So expect the same level of service and value as in the past.
Okay. So I'll react to that and react to your merchandise. I agree. The merchandise I feel like has gone down because I feel like you used to be able to like everything, and now you kind of have to pick and choose what the better things are.
Yeah.
Having said that, our attitudes could play a lot into that because we used to be really broke and feel like we wanted to buy everything but couldn't. And then we've also gone to Disney where we could buy what we wanted, but then not found stuff we wanted. So that may go hand in hand. You may want more when you can't afford it. So some of that could be on us.
That could be.
Overall, I think the cast member thing is not really a big deal. I feel like pretty much most of the cast members, I had good experiences with everybody. This trips in the past have not been the same way, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was really good, and we had a really good experience, and we had some exceptional cast members.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that, but by no means am I saying all the cast members.
Right.
I'm just saying as a level, like Disney used to be on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best. Disney service used to be, and when I'm saying used to be, I'm saying 7, 8 years ago, was at a 9.5. I mean, they were up there. Now I'm feeling like consistently they're at about a 7.5. Okay. They're still well above average. They're still good, and there are some absolutely exceptional cast members. But just overall, I feel like it has slipped. So,
okay.
so it's just my impression. So adjusting my expectations
Is the right thing to do.
would be the best thing.
Yeah.
All right. So number 2.
Okay.
All right. Go in September. I would not go in September again.
Oh my gosh, it was so hot.
All right. So the September thing. The reason I wouldn't go in September again are two reasons: weather and the crowds. So if you watched our Disney video, I'm going to mention it again here real quick. We have traditionally gone in late September or early October. We have always had really good luck at that time for a few reasons. Number one, we have never been there during a hurricane.
Whew.
So we've dodged that hurricane bullet. Number two, the crowds traditionally have been very light that time of year. And number three, the weather has been on the warmer side, so you can enjoy the pool, you can enjoy the water park, you can enjoy the water rides.
But it's nice.
But
like
it's
you don't die.
It's not sweltering hot.
Yeah.
This year was...
All three.
Yeah, so we weren't there during a hurricane. We actually had no bad weather. We had no rain.
But we had hurricane fallout.
Yeah, so Hurricane Dorian, I think it was, hit the east coast of the United States on Labor Day weekend. A lot of people who are going to travel to Disney World canceled that trip and then ended up coming in the final week of September, which happened to be the week we were there.
So it was like
So it was crazy crowded.
Crazy hot.
Actually, several of the parks were at capacity those days, and the weather was really, really hot.
So hot.
Yeah. So I would just simply not take the chance anymore. We have gone, like I said, we've gone at that time of the year before. We've actually even gone earlier in September before. And it's always been, like, I know it's going to be hot in Florida. I expect that. I understand that. But it's always been like a day or two out of our trip has been hot. And that's always been kind of an unpleasant day as far as the heat goes. But this entire trip was that way. So I would just choose to avoid that time of year.
Yep.
And just go to a different time.
So no September.
No September. All right, number 3. This is going to be a fun one. I would not do the deluxe dining plan again. This is
on tape.
This is going to be note to future self, Paul. Do not do the deluxe dining plan again. Now, the funny thing is, this is the second time we've done the deluxe dining plan.
And we felt the same way after the first time.
Not in a row.
But we did it again. It's affectionately named in our house, Disney's trying to kill you with food plan.
Right. So the Disney dining plan, if you are not familiar with it, you prepay for your meals at Disney. And then when you go there, you get what essentially is going to be vouchers. And you can then go to any Disney restaurant you want that's on that plan. In exchange for a meal credit, you can get a meal. So the deluxe dining plan gives each person in your group 3 sit-down, or 3 what are called table service credits each and every day, as well as 2 snacks. Now the snacks, a snack can be as small as like a bottle of water to a huge like loaded French fry. We have Ella right here.
I was trying to get her.
So
she could say hi.
It really is. Here's Ella.
Here's Ella. Hi, Ella.
So it really is a lot more food than a human being can eat.
It's a lot of food because every meal.
So a table service meal could be a buffet or an all-you-care-to-eat experience, or it could be a place where the waiter comes to your table and gives you a menu and you're kind of ordering off a menu. Now, on the deluxe plan, you get an appetizer plus an entree plus a dessert.
But the appetizer, it's a normal appetizer that people would buy one to
one
share on the table.
But
everybody at the table gets one.
Yeah. And in addition to that, you also get a specialty drink. So that could be, if you're over 21, it could be an alcoholic drink. Any age could do a specialty drink like a milkshake or a smoothie. So it's just an amazing amount of food. We got that because there's so many awesome places to eat at Disney World. It's like, oh, we're going to want to eat these places. And then you get down there and you're like, oh, I don't want to eat anymore. It's like, because literally there were several days where it's like, okay, we have to get up. We have to get up really early to go to breakfast. And then we leave breakfast and we go and we're like, okay, well, we've got to get a snack so we can use up a snack credit. So we get like a snack, which is like a Starbucks Frappuccino.
Which is like a day's calories.
And in order to get your money's worth, it's like, well, we'll get the venti one. And we'll get the double extra shot of espresso or something. Because it's the same. It's a snack credit. And then you'd go, like, you'd finish drinking that and be like, okay, we're going to ride, then we're going to go to lunch.
People were laughing on
Yeah.
on the trip recap video, I think it was, that we did, and saying, you know, I had said, it's like, okay, let's ride right, now we gotta go eat. Let's ride right, now we gotta go eat. That's what it's like for real.
It really was. So for me, honestly, I don't know that personally I would do any dining plan again. And I have my reasons for that.
Because we didn't eat half the food we were supposed to?
We really didn't. And with so this is going to kind of bleed into some of my other tips, but on any dining plan, in order to take advantage of it, unless you're doing the quick service, which is just walk-up counter service meals, you're going to have to make reservations. That kind of locks you into a plan for the day. So I think in the future, I think even if I was going during a time of free dining, I would accept the free dining that they're giving me, but
no deluxe. It's too much.
It's just too much.
Because at the end of your trip, it's nice because if you didn't use all your credits, they will allow you to convert them into take-home like snacks. So you can bring home like little bags of Mickey Mouse candy or fudge or whatever. But we had 44, I think we had to get. So who needs 44 bags of Mickey Mouse candy?
Yeah, it's just like, and for me, it just burns me up because it's like, you know, you get this nice, awesome custom artwork cupcake or a venti frappuccino or a thing of fudge or something, or you get this bag of candy. It's like
sour balls.
It's like I can go get those at the local store. Well, I mean, they're not Mickey shaped, but they're anyway.
I agree. No deluxe dining plan for us. If you guys love it, for you, that's awesome. But we have learned after 2 times it's a no-go for us.
I have yet to meet a person who has said it's a good value for them.
Okay.
But
you guys can let us know in the comments. Yeah. Maybe you think it's a good value for you, because we thought it was a good value for us at one point.
All right. Next one. Now, this is a funny one because this actually doesn't apply to us most of the time. At least I didn't think it did, but it did this trip. The thing I would not do is plan excessively, make reservations. So that's where I said it's going to kind of bleed into the dining plan. So because of the heat, because of the crowds, we ended up having to alter our plans most of the days we were there, just to kind of keep positive and keep sane. We ended up skipping a lot of theme park days and doing pools or water parks during the middle of the day, which really altered our lunch plans most of the days. So I think if we were going again, I think I would plan to, now I'm about to get into a couple tips here, I think I would plan to just be more spontaneous. So there's a couple restaurants we really like to eat and a couple more that we discovered that we really enjoyed this trip. Which I'll actually talk about on like the best of, because we're going to do a best of Disney video also, as well as a restaurant rundown.
Okay.
But something that was cool is like Ohana. Ohana's a great example. That is in the Polynesian restaurant. It has been a family favorite of ours for a long time. I'll do a lot of information on that in the restaurant roundup, but that books out really, really quick. In very, very popular restaurant. It's also a place people take a long time to eat, so they don't turn tables as fast. But something I found out is every day except for Saturday, well, most every day except for Saturday, or some special holidays, you can walk up at 4 p.m. and usually get a table.
Nice.
So if you're willing to eat your dinner at 4 p.m., you don't need a reservation.
That's kind of like having a plan, though. You have a plan to be there at 4.
Well, but the nice thing about that is you can be like, hey, I feel like Ohana tonight. We need to be there at 4 to get in. And then if you're there, you're there. But if not, it's like, you know what? I'm having fun at the water park. Let's just stay here till it closes and let's grab a burger at, whatever. So there was different things that we learned this trip just because we altered some plans that I didn't know before. So the whole idea of making the reservations and stuff, I don't think I would worry as much about that. Okay. Another thing is because of extra magic hours, which will be in the best of video, by the way, that really kind of nullified the advantages of being in several of the parks for breakfast before the parks open.
That was something that we didn't know because it wasn't a thing when we made our trip. So
right. But I personally suspect that Disney's going to be doing more and more of that. So I think that the planning excessively, at least for us, is not something I would do again.
Okay.
Your reaction?
I'm iffy on that one.
Iffy on that?
I like knowing that I have the plan. I don't think I would ever do this goes in with the dining. Without doing the deluxe dining, we wouldn't have to plan 3 meals a day, which became the problem. I feel like planning 1 meal a day is fine. So making sure that you get the restaurant that you really want or something is
Sure.
good. But having to be somewhere for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner,
it's a job.
it is. Yeah. It's a full-time job. You're constantly like, oh my gosh, where do I have to go next? Where do I have to go next? And that isn't as much fun. But we wouldn't be ever doing that again, so I don't think that would be an issue. But having said all that, I do want to commend Disney because we planned 6 months out.
Yep.
And we had everything set, and it's really hard to get a lot of reservations and yada yada. But when we were there and we decided that we needed to change a lot of our days, it was very easy to change our days. Like, we could cancel reservations right on the app. We could make new reservations. Mm-hmm. We could switch things around, and it was easy. So that was good.
That was good. Okay. All right, number 5.
Number 5.
And I've got an honorable mention.
Okay.
But number 5, get up early and stay up late.
No more.
So we did both. A lot of this was a function of
having to be somewhere for breakfast.
Of having to be somewhere for breakfast. Now, a funny thing is, in our family, Shannon's favorite meal is breakfast. We also have a child that they really like certain breakfast items, so they're kind of half and half. But then my favorite and one of my kids' favorite meals is dinner. So it's trying to please both sides there.
We were getting up at 5:30 in the morning.
Earlier some mornings.
Some mornings, but let's say on average 5:30 in the morning to get ready to go be at breakfast, and then we had
in the 7 o'clock hour.
We had dinner reservations some nights at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
and so we were getting back to the hotel at like 11:30 stuffed, and then how do you go to sleep for 5 hours and start over?
Yeah, and really.
It was a lot of work.
So the extra magic hours played a little bit of a part of that. This is not a negative. The extra magic hours are a positive. But it was just something where fear of missing out, the effort that it takes to get to Disney World, to travel down there and have that time off, the cost associated with it, it's like you want to make the most of that time. But personally, I had to get to a point in the trip, and I got there pretty quick, where I just kind of let it all go. I was like, Elsa, let it go, and
is that how it is?
That's become a meme. I can see it now. And once I just kind of said,
once he let it go.
Once I just kind of said, we've already paid for this, and now I just kind of want everybody to enjoy themselves. I was able not to worry about being somewhere in order to have this meal, or being somewhere in order to ride this ride, and the trip went a whole lot better for me at that point.
Cool.
So definitely, if your thing is you want to do and see everything, and I am not judging you, I was there, I've been there before, I've done that, I've been that person. And
I was still that person this trip.
Yeah, Shannon was. Shannon and Casey, our youngest son, they were troopers. I mean, they made the most of their trip. I made the most of my trip. It just looked different. For me, being at the pool and spending a couple hours at the pool or at the water park was a lot more enjoyable than being in the theme park. But that's okay. I like that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't have done it as much, except for Hollywood Studios did extra magic hours, which means you could get there at 6 a.m. as a resort guest and have 3 hours in the park before it was open to the public. And because 2 lands are brand new there, Star Wars and Toy Story, for us, that was our first time ever seeing either of those. It was like, you could wait in line an hour to ride the roller coaster, or you could go at extra magic hours and ride it like 3 times in an hour. So I went to that. Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah, but if you do that, if you get up in the morning and go and do that, and
yeah, we got up at 4:30, I think.
In order to be there at 5:30, and then you go all day long and watch fireworks at the end of the night.
Had dinner at 10.
Yeah, it's like
I'm too old to do that.
And then get up the next day and do it. It's just kind of like, really, we got home and we needed about a week just to. It was almost a week of pretty much just vegging to feel back to normal
from our vacation.
Yeah.
Because going to Disney World is not a vacation like, oh, relaxing, let's go sit on the beach. It's hard work. We walked 85 miles.
Yeah, like we go to Myrtle Beach, and we walk a lot in Myrtle Beach, but
you relax a lot.
Yeah, it's just very chill.
But did you hear that? 85 miles we walked.
Yes.
In 8 days.
Yep.
85 miles.
Yep. All right, so...
Let's just say that again.
So, honorable mention.
It was a lot of work.
Honorable mention, things I would not do again, and this is something I tell myself each and every time I go to Disney World, and I always do it. I will try not to get wrapped up in limited edition stuff.
Oh boy.
I am such a sucker for it, and Disney does it to me every time.
He'll see a crowd of people, and then he's just like, whoa.
Yeah, like...
That's funny, because you don't do that in real life anywhere else. It's just
no,
Disney.
I do that. I do that.
Get sucked into limited editions?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You don't think I do that? Thank you. Okay, anyway, so back to Disney. So a couple times.
It's like I don't even know him.
Yeah. So a couple times at Disney, they ended up, because of the time we were there, they ended up doing releases of different limited editions. They did it with a limited edition Funko figure, Figment as a chef for International Food and Wine Festival at Epcot. And I don't collect Funko Pop. I mean, I do kind of, I have a few that I like, or I have a few.
We have a rotating Funko Pop collection.
But I wasn't planning on adding to it. It wasn't like I was going to Disney and I'm like, hey, I really want to see what Funko Pops they have. But I saw it and I'm like, oh, it's Figment. He's a chef. It's cool. And it's a limited edition. Now I've got to have it.
Now he has to have that many because it's limited edition.
Yeah. No. So anyway. And then the other one was they released brand new pins for
the Halloween party.
For Halloween theme and the Not So Scary Halloween party. And I got sucked into that. And what was so funny is when we were in line, there was this guy, I think he was from another country, but he and his girlfriend were talking to me about the pins. They were very, very excited. I could tell it was their first time with pins. And he's like, he was like, okay, so how do you know if it's limited edition? And I was showing him, okay, you look on the back and this and that. But I even sat there and I said to him, I said, look, don't get sucked in and think that these are valuable. Like don't think these are an investment and they're going to go up in price.
If you watch our haul video, you'll see that he even bought 2 of one pin because it was turned different. He's like, oh, that's a different pin. I want that one too.
They acted like it was a different one. They sold anyway.
I think there was somebody in line heckling him, and
there was.
It got him all flustered, and then he bought everything.
Yeah.
So.
So anyway, so I'm going to try not to get sucked into the limited edition thing of it. Now, there are certain things that are limited edition. There are certain things that sell out, like lickety-split. Like, if you see something in one of the stores and you think it's cool, buy it. This has happened to us twice now. I'm sorry. It happened to me once with a t-shirt I saw one time early in my trip, a few trips ago. And I was like, oh, I really like that. I want to buy that. And the next time I was in the park, it was gone. It sold out. Yeah,
and that's even if it's not limited edition stuff. Yeah. That could be in your tip video.
So yes, there's not going to be a tip video.
Oh, that's not a tip video. Okay.
So
if you see something in your trip that you like, you need to just buy it when you see it because you may go back and it's gone and it's not coming back. Especially if it's like Mickey Mouse ears, those have gotten to be very rare,
certain colors.
Certain purses, certain sippy cups or popcorn buckets or all that.
But don't buy it. If you weren't going to buy it anyway, don't buy it just because it's limited edition.
So before we go to Disney World next time, I'm going to make Paul rewatch this video so he knows the things he's not going to do this
There's a couple. When I say, oh, hey, they've got a great deal at the end of September, Shannon's going like, hey, watch this video. I'm like, well, dining's free. Let's do deluxe dining. Watch the video.
We'll probably be there next September. Hi, guys. We're here.
So anyway, so that is my 5 things and an honorable mention that I would not do again if I were going to Disney World anytime soon.
Okay.
How about you guys? Did I hit one of the things that you maybe have done in the past and regret doing? Or do you have a different list? Leave those comments down below and let us know.
There's Captain Jack.
There's Captain Jack right there.
He sees Ellis over here. He's trying to get down. He's like, I want to get her.
He's funny. He's normally so chill, but he's very squirmy right now.
What are you doing, Squirmy?
So,
okay.
There you go. He likes being held like that.
Yes. He's a baby.
So I think that's going to do it.
I think so.
All right. Well, thanks so much for watching. We will see you guys next time.
Yep. Bye, guys.